All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And of course, welcome back to Shit Under My Nails. I had a very, very special guest by the name of Mr. Atl Himself Apparel. He planned a local event in South Carolina. It was a great community experience to have someone take initiative to actually plan an event for children and for local vendors to get together and do a little networking. So here's the interview between me and him.
And for short, Mr. Atl Himself.
Okay. So a couple of things. We've came intertwined with each other because of a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah, St. Louis.
And he connected us, and he basically was just like, you had some really, really dope apparel. And you sent me a piece, and then you also showed me another piece that I really like too.
Right.
So give me the kind of sort of just give me the rundown of how Mr. ATL Apparel started.
To be honest, 2017, I did the GSU, and that's Georgia State. Well, no, I take that back. Albany State University, so ASU. I did their homecoming, and I couldn't get like a vendor, and I just turned around and I have to shout out Nandi, like put me on. That's where E-Man Hudson went, ASU, and pursued my craft. I mean, I was on the top of a Toyota Camry tarp, selling purses and anything merchandise. And then later on, I went to the Doubletree Lodge and was selling purses, and Nandi was selling her jewelry and everything. We just collabed and we just made a difference. Not only that, it was just to believe that I could do what I need to get done. Mr. Atl Himself was just selling purses and merchandise. So when I looked at it, I said, I can do more. So later on, a little bit later on, they kind of died down. I needed to do my homework because I just jumped out and did it.
Right.
So when I jumped out and did it, I was like, let me use this time to grow. 2020 came around. I went full throttle. I had a revamped logo and just took off.
Okay.
What made me be who I am right now is just it's not good enough.
Okay. Recently, you just had a event that was actually Saturday. The event was a kickball event, and it was a really, really dope experience. Can you tell me the whole process behind you even planning this event, and what was it for?
It was to give back to the youth, to show that we're here for you. We're here to stop the violence. We're here to stop the bullying. We're here the camaraderie of brotherhood, sisterhood, and internationality across the board. At the same time, it lets you know that a Black man is willing to do what it takes to bring the community and make it a village.
Okay.
So on the experience, it had its highs and its lows. I spent a good load of money, but you know what I'm saying? I felt like just I had to do it no matter what, to any extent and any cost. I learned that no matter what it is, how it is, what we do, how we do, Mr. Atl Himself is He got to do it.
Okay. So, what would you have changed about the event to make it better, or just bring more people out, or what would you have done differently?
But we got I like to say C-19, but everybody say COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
So if it wasn't that to be afraid of, honestly, I wouldn't change nothing. Because I know me, and I knew that no matter what I did, oh, you gonna see me. You gonna
Mm-hmm.
know who I am. Dang, I seen them at the mall on Tuesday, but they ain't in the mall on Friday, Thursday. Yeah, like you gonna know me. Like your sister, mother, cousin, uncle, brother, sister, whoever, auntie, she gonna know. Dang, I met him.
All right.
Dang, I seen him. So when you see my line, or when you see me go and do something else, you be like, man, he was trying to get me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people turned me down. A lot of people stood me up.
Right.
But I was like, you take the good with the bad and the bad with the good on this one.
Right.
And it's all in the energy that you project. If you project positive energy, even when adversity or negativity hits you,
Mm-hmm.
you good. You golden. And you came through. That really that changed the game for me, because we met networking and you here. And
I'm here in the
so,
flesh.
you
I'm here.
know, it just shows that like you took a chance on me. So whenever you got some, or you feel like you feel like you about to come out, throw
Okay.
some, I'm now. Let me
Well,
like, man.
I definitely appreciate that love. I want to get more into the apparel side of you because, like I said, the logo on your apparel, I think personally is just super duper dope. It kind of reminds me of like an um, old school eyes. I know it sounds really really crazy, just me trying to describe something, but I would say like Marvin the Martian, his eyeballs. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh,
That like what was the like how did you feel when you finally just was like, you know what, this is what I want. This is this is the logo. Like this is what I need right here. Like what was the whole process in it? Like how long did it take for you to even get that?
to be real with you, I have to say it came from like, none that you say it, like I look at it and I say my cousin St. Lou. Like when I saw like he can draw, he not only can spit some words to you, but he can draw.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I got to come up with a name that reminds you of the car, the vehicle, Audi,
Hmm.
Audi.
Okay. Hmm. I that didn't even cross my mind to be honest. I just was like just the picture part of the logo is just super duper dope
Right.
for
So
me.
I had to give it an exclusive name. It's like when people wear Gucci, it could be a basic sweater, but as long as it say Gucci on the sleeve or the name tag, they be like, oh my God,
Right.
I like that. Or Balenciaga or Dior, you know,
Hmm.
some, of the sort to be different, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time to be catchy where people can be like, damn, man, you got the Audi shirt that came out, blah, blah, blah. Man, I ain't got it yet. And so to add an image to it, I took the image, like my cousin drew it up, give him props, and I said I can do something with it. I can make a difference. And not only that, I believe in myself. Like, one thing you got to do is just like, I picked something and I went with it. And before, like I said, 2017, I didn't have this image.
Okay.
So it took me to do my homework, to just get serious about my craft.
Right.
We'll never be close to perfect, but we can always perfect our craft into perfection.
Right.
So, if you have a plan, gotta just grind it out, make sure it happens, and consistently, you're gonna fail.
Right.
But you're gonna achieve the goal at the end of the, as I say, the light of the tunnel, on the end of the tunnel. And I'm so glad we network, because like, you cool, you laid back, you get straight to the point.
Yeah.
You don't sugarcoat, you don't worry about feelings. And not only that, you just real. Like it's almost like we would say we fam. Like, man, hey, I'm in Cali and we can get you here in like 2 hours. Can you come? Like, man, let me make sure legit straight real quick. 1 and 2. And I'm gone.
Well,
Mama be back in 4.
I definitely appreciate that, love. So my next question is this. What is the next step for not only your apparel line and your event planning? Because at this point, you've already had an event. So you would be considered an event planner at this moment. So what would be the next step for you? Like the next coming ventures?
The grown folks. I'm gonna go to the grown folks. For the fellas, I might do 25 and up, because I feel like 25, you got to have your head on shoulders. You ain't gonna want to go to the club and, man, I don't like what he got on. Man, he represent this. Man, he wearing my outfit. I need to fight him. Or, man, I had a couple of drinks. I need to fight him. Nah, you should be good and well versed to say, hey, in 25 years I'll be 50. So let me act like a man that I say I am.
Right.
So to fully answer your question, just something for the grown folks. And something simple. It could be bowling.
Definitely.
It could be shooting pool.
You just want the community to try to come together.
It can be, my biggest thought ever is, it could be the Smooth and Groove skate arena.
That would be super dope. But with COVID-19 going on, it's really putting the fear in everyone. It's making people not move how they used to. And at this moment, the new norm for us is wearing a mask everywhere you go, sanitizing, washing your hands all the time. Not to say that we weren't doing that before, but it's heavily implicated everywhere you go at this point. So how do you feel like, just going from back when, what February, planning the events like that would be super duper easy. People will come out. To now, like that's gonna be a big pool. Of course, I'm gonna come and support, but how would you make the adjustment? Like, how would you convince people to not have that fear?
Well, first, I would do my homework in the aspect of what's the capacity. Make it where there's some mothers, husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends that be like, hey, baby, I ain't take you out in a minute. But you know what? This one cat, Mr. Atl, he put something out there and I want us to do. We got somebody that watched the little jits. We got somebody that will come through and help us out if we really need it. And it'd be a cap. If they max is 350, with the corona and stuff coming up, coming and go, I would say, I'd be like, listen, since it's 300, the first 120.
Okay.
And give an incentive to be like, listen, the first 10 people get in free. They get the skates for free. And that's that. Other than that, everybody else are paying admission of like 15 a piece.
Because you, of course, have to make the money back that you spent. Okay.
To pay for it.
Understood. What was one thing you wish you had known when you started in this field that you're in? Because like I said, right now you're running 2 different fields, event planning and apparel. So
with the event, I ain't gonna lie, I need one celebrity. One that's well versed and know the knowledge of the game, whether they on talk radio to MTV, any radio station. One person, because they have a platform that can add on to what I'm already doing, or vice versa. But even then, I'd say the networking. Oh, if COVID wasn't happening, I'd have been at all the radio stations. You would have heard me country, rock, pop, hip hop, country, soul, what is it, contemporary?
Yeah.
You would have heard me on there and just being like, what he doing on there? Like, so I think that without COVID, I'm tired of seeing him. He came yesterday. I'm gonna come tomorrow. Because as I say,
consistency. Consistency is key. That's definitely something.
Or if you believe in yourself, it's like a relationship. If you believe that he or she or her or him, whatever you want to say, is the one, you're gonna be like, you're gonna see me. You're gonna hear me, you're gonna feel me, you gonna feel my wrath, and to the point where it's not only just
that's exactly
like verbal, but it's the energy.
Yeah.
It's like, baby, I love you. You the one. So I feel like that about my craft.
Yeah.
I love my craft and I do everything to perfect it. Like I decided today after 1 o'clock to be a bum, because I said to myself, like, I got my apparel on, but I'm a rough bum. But I believe in myself.
Lord, what?
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. I understand. I get it. But here's the thing. As any human being would say, love me as who I am and respect what I stand on.
Okay. That just came out of the left field.
Yeah, it did. But at the end of the day, I realized, like, at the end of the day, I had fun. And I was happy that the kids got to make slime. They blew bubbles.
They loved it.
And they got coloring books and everything else. So it didn't matter to me how many people showed, but it just mattered that I was able to give what I have so that somebody's child can read, somebody's child can draw, somebody's child can play kickball, somebody's child can listen to good music, some child can come out and just be free and be who they are.
Right.
Shout out to Miracles Tasty Express and Kona, Kona Ices.
Oh yeah, those ices were bomb.
Like,
I'm mad. I really want
they have
one.
decent prices and great food.
Yeah.
And by all means, I can't wait to do another big event.
Okay. So what advice would you give someone that wants to pursue a career similar to yours? Like, if I wanted to be in your field right now, what advice would you give me? Like, what would you tell me?
First, get a job. Like a bucket job. Like, you could be DoorDash, you could work for Amazon, Google. Hell, you could be a security officer.
Okay.
But have something that is paying your bills, your immediate bills, such as your phone bill, if you got a car note, if you got child support, if you got rent, that's doing it. And take 10% of what you make and invest in your business. If you do that 5 times over, 10% of whatever it is that you went and paid your bills, it'll feel and never touch that money. So if it's $5 to $25 every paycheck, whether it's every week, every 2 weeks, you just keep saving, keep saving. You'll buy yourself such as a microphone if you want to do a podcast. Be like, damn,
Yeah.
I got that. Or you make sacrifices. You say, hey, I don't want to eat McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Chinese or whatever, or Panda Express. I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna make food at home, and I gotta eat PB&J 30 days straight for.
So kind of like a detox and a cleansing situation, and you just putting yourself on this financial detox. That's really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And you just have to remember that, hey, I am me, or I am the brand, I am the product, and I have a craft that I have to perfect. And you always gonna start on the bottom. People are not gonna believe in you, people are not gonna listen to you. But I tell you, if anything, strive, give your best shot, do what others ain't doing, and then when you feel like others ain't doing it, do some more.
Yeah, little engine that could that thing. That's what I say.
Little Thomas the Train.
Thomas, little Thomas.
Little Thomas.
All right, so where can our listeners connect with you online?
Online. Right now, I'm building a website, and it'll actually be up not this week, but the following week, in July, 1st of August. But you can follow me at Mr. Mr. Atl Himself Apparel at IG, and also on Facebook at Auti, AUTI space ATL. You can just follow me and you get the latest updates. And as soon as the website is done, you can preview what you like, what you don't like, and order it. And hey, it'll be at your front door in less than a week.
Well, thank you so much for just joining me today, just taking a little time out of your day. I know today was super duper busy. Saturday was it was a big day. Debut of your event planning skills. But I definitely appreciate you taking the time out of your day to accommodate me and just doing this interview, and we'll make sure that the followers follow, lead by example, and press forward.
Definitely. It was Honestly, my pleasure. Like when I tell you, I had a moment where I was down and I was gonna cancel, but I felt like, you know what? Let me, take my vitamins. Let me work out. Let me just get my mind right and pray. Like you can't do nothing in this world without God, for real. I don't care what religion you are. And even if you are a Muslim, I say Allah or Allah, whatever, however you pronounce it, there's a higher being always. Mm-hmm. But you have to also believe in it and put that energy in the atmosphere and manifest into that.
Absolutely.
So with that, say I'll be up next. And listen, when y'all start seeing things in city trends, Walmart, Target, Marshalls, um, everywhere. Like when you start seeing it, you'll be like, "Damn, I remember that one podcast he did back in 2020." You
heard it here first.
Hey, listen, shout out to you, and music on the way from St. Louis. He gonna.
Hopefully, we can get him on here next.
Oh yeah. Hopefully
we definitely find some time to get that scheduled out. But as always, it's gonna be a beautiful day on the south side of GA. Right now, we in South Carolina. So, what happened in South Carolina? Is it a beautiful day in South Carolina?
Man, it's a laid back, kickball game that just happened. Feature Mr. Atl Himself, appearel, and as I say, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We support anybody and everybody. And as they say, Black on business, Black Lives Matter.
Always. All right. Now that you've heard that nice little interview between me and Mr. Atl Himself, appearel, let's get into a couple of little things called the local news. According to COVID-19 numbers, there are confirmed cases in Georgia, 112K cases, but the deaths are 2,972. So on the good scale, it's not that many people die from COVID-19. It's more survivors and more people getting it. The highest counties of them all would be preferably Gwinnett County, Baldwin County, and DeKalb County. Again, the deaths are under 200 for Gwinnett and DeKalb County. Baldwin County, the deaths are at least 329. Worldwide, we have a cumulative amount, confirmed cases of 12.9 million. Okay. So I thought that was pretty interesting when COVID-19 first came on the scene. Supposedly, COVID-19 has been around for years, but as far as affecting people, it officially started December of last year. When it first came onto the scene, a lot of people passed away. Now there are more survivors than anything. I guess the self-quarantine is a big thing, and it's actually helping some, right? My biggest recommendation thus far that I can honestly tell you is I just recently watched something called 1,000 Words on Netflix by, I don't know who the director is. I'm not even going to tell you no story, but I just watched it. It's about 2 hours and it's pretty interesting and I liked it. It was starring Eddie Murphy and Kerry Washington, and it was an interesting movie about the choice of words and what we're willing to say and how it affects people. That's probably just my take on it, but that's how I felt about the situation. Again, pretty good movie if that's something you want to sit there and just kind of sort of watch. Let's see. All right. And for those who don't know, It is officially June 14th that I am creating this. Nope, I apologize, not June. It's July the 14th of 2020. And on today, a couple of things that happened. Number one, we're in the season of Cancer. And there are a couple of people whose birthday is specifically today. I'm just going to put it out there what it means to be a Cancer, right? Being a Cancer born on July the 15th, your personality is dominant by the empathetic, intuitive, and optimistic nature. You are greatly in tune with your own emotions and the emotions of others, often knowing how people are feeling without being told. You have a positive outlook on life and do your best to imagine the best possible outcome in situations. You understand, and your understanding and optimistic are great appreciation by your friends and your families. Okay. So, like I stated, over this past weekend, I traveled nice little 4 hour drive to South Carolina to actually attend the event of Mr. Atl Appearel himself. And he put a great community event together. I kind of networked with a couple of the vendors that were there. I got into a little bit, just me and him having a conversation about how hard it was to plan the event and things of that nature. This was his first event. Um, my personal opinion, I loved it. It was especially good for my children because they were able to interact with other kids for the first time since COVID hit. And I truly believe if COVID-19 wasn't a big factor as it is now, I believe more people would have came out. I personally felt like it was a big turnout. The kickball game was definitely fun. I actually got myself out there and ran, something I haven't done in years, and I could tell because the next morning I was extremely sore. But it was overall a good experience. I was super duper excited and down for the road trip. So I really, really liked it. And I can't wait for the next one. And hopefully sometime soon I'll be actually planning my own event, something accumulative to that event, or bigger or better or different location, or it's many things to think about when planning a tight-knit event such as that. It was very interactive, not only with the children but with the adults as well. And like I said, it was a pretty dope experience. Like he stated, he is creating a website, but you can find him on Instagram at mr.himself. That's Mr. Atl Apparel himself. And like I said, he has a pretty dope logo. And he also has many different things going on in the community. And I think he's a pretty good spirit. As a recap, as I stated, if you are interested in watching something new on Netflix, there is a movie, and the movie is called 1,000 Words, featuring Eddie Murphy and Kerry Washington. I took a lot out of the movie with me using my words per se. I have a quote for today, and the quote for today, we're specifically talking about the hustle. Okay, and this is my quote for the day. Success is never owned It's rented and the rent is due every day. That's just to say that you grind until you cannot grind anymore. You hustle until everyone knows your name. That's where I'm heading, and I hope to see you there. And as always, it's always going to be a beautiful day on the south side of GA. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any specific topics that you may want to let be known, hit me up on Instagram at dirty_Joe or hit me up under shit under my nails on Instagram. Until next time.